Most business owners know that they need a CRM or a sales system. However, they always end up choosing the wrong system because they heard something from a friend, or they saw the first thing that pops up in Google, or they went with something from what they saw on an ad. But here's the thing, right? Because I've been building these CRM systems for so many years, you know what ends up happening? 90% of the time, the CRM that they choose was not the right fit for them. And they spend 5 or 6 figures trying to move everything over to the new system, causing them to lose money, brand reputation that's being ruined because of a terrible CRM system, and businesses goes down from there. So in this video, my objective is to show you exactly how you can go by choosing the right CRM system for your business so you don't end up in that position. Alright, if you guys are new here, my name is Fahad. Me and my team have set up 500 plus CRM systems, automations and AI for all the way from 6 figures to 11-figure business owners. So before we get into it, I just want to say that my team and I, we built over 500 plus CRM systems for businesses over the last 6 years. These are all the client CRMs that we use. This is GHL, this is HubSpot, this is Pipedrive, this is ActiveCampaign, this is Zoho. So many of these tools that we personally set up for our businesses. So know that whatever I'm going to say is not some random theory I got from Cloud Code or OpenAI. I've personally learned all these things from the years of experience of setting these things up. So in part 1, which is why people pick the wrong CRM, I want to go over exactly why people do these things. So most of the business owners that I met, most of you guys are probably listening to either a friend or an ad or a Google search, and recently it's OpenAI or Cloud or any of these AI platforms that are trained. The company that has the most AEO training, which is SEO for AI, is going to give you the best suggestion, but that's not the tool that you need. You need to have proper framework on choosing these tools. You don't have to spend money to start over. You don't have to pick the wrong CRM, cost money, spend money, all that thing. So in this video, in the next part, I'm going to give you the exact framework that you can use to gauge and find the best CRM for your business. All right. So let's get into it. So part 2, which is how do you define what you actually need, right? So the first thing is, right, so before you look at any CRMs, right, I need you to write down what are you trying to get out of the CRM. So pull up a Google Docs or pull up a notebook and then define every single thing that you want the CRM to do right now. Not for future business, for the business that you're 10 years from now. Right now, what do you need? For me, for example, it was things like, I want a proper CRM where I can track stuff. I want decent reporting so I can see what am I doing better, what am I not doing better. I want to see where my leads are coming in from. I want some sort of website tracking with it so I can see what they're doing in my website. I also wanted automations, which is very important for me to do follow-ups and all those things. So I need to write these things down. All I need you to do is define all the things that you need the CRM to do, and then segregate them by needs and wants. Because a bunch of the features that you listed, these things, right, you don't technically need it, you just want it. It's cool to have. For example, for me, site tracking, it's cool to have. It's a want. It's not a dire need that I need in my business. So I define them. I have a Google sheet like this, right? I'm going to give you this template. I'm going to attach the link to this template that you can use. So this is what the sheet looks like. I have 2 other columns as well, which is revenue impact and impact on time. I use that for automation stuff, but you only need this: needs, wants, and you can group them accordingly. You can define all the things that you want to do, and this helps you choose exactly what you truly need in your business. So when you make a decision, you can be like, hey, this software meets my needs, but this software meets my needs and wants. So it's a really good gauging metrics to see what it is. So once you are done with that, right, let's go to part 3, making sure that you set up the budget correctly. So one thing to know is that all the CRMs range from $14 per month all the way to $1,000 to $2,000 per month. It can go even higher. And most people often set up their budget before they even know what their needs are. So now that you are in the part 2 of this video, hopefully you set up your requirements, and before you set up your budget, right, I need you to keep this in mind, because this is going to vary the budget that you could be setting aside. So most CRMs, 99% of CRMs out there, charge you based on 3 things. They charge you based on the number of users you have. So it could be, for the $14 one, it could be $40 or $50 or $30 or $75 or $100 per user. So if you have 3 employees that are going to be using the CRM, it's going to be 3 into 45 or 3 into 60, which is, I know I'm Asian, but I'm mad at math, yeah? So editor, just put the number in there. I don't know. Alright. So that's what you have to pay every month. And on top of that, most CRMs, not all, but almost everyone that I saw, charge you based on the amount of contacts you have as well. So if you're a big company, you're migrating to a different software, you have $100,000 of contacts, you are going to be paying $100,000. You are going to be paying maybe $20, $30, $40 per 1,000 contacts, per 2,000 contacts. So it's going to add up quite a bit. I had a former client who wanted to move to HubSpot, and HubSpot charges quite a bit per contacts, and they had a contact pool of 200,000, 400,000, and their monthly payment for the CRM was $10,000 or so. Sorry, it was yearly, $10,000 to $20,000. They had to pay per year just to use that software because they had so many contacts out there. Last thing to keep in mind is certain add-ons. So some softwares will keep certain things as add-ons. Pipedrive will have add-ons for how many times you can make an API call, which is not relevant for you now. We'll talk about that later. It's automation stuff. Maybe it has add-ons for the number of custom fields that you can have. So there are so many add-ons that you need to keep in mind. But for now the only thing you need to worry about is the subscription cost, the cost of users, and the cost of contacts. Now, there is one good thing, one good note. There are software tools out there, the one-person software tool that don't charge you based on the users and based on the contacts and based on most add-ons out there. I'm going to be recommending this tool towards the end of the video, so watch till the end. All right. So now let's get to part 4 or step 4, which is evaluating your options. Now that you defined what your needs and wants are, defined what sort of budget you have based on the users that you can have, now I wanted to evaluate the last set of criteria that you need to choose. Now let's get to part 4 or step 4, which is evaluating your options. Before you choose any CRM out there, right, you define your needs, you define your budget. There is one more thing that you need to consider, which is 4 key things. Firstly, you need to evaluate your automation. I'm not sure how many automations you'll be building or you plan to build, but always check if the CRM that you are about to choose has good automation capability. This is something I truly highly recommend for anyone out there, and not just automation. Right? You know, every company is going to claim they have automation, claim that they have AI. Do they have really good automation capabilities? And I say automation capabilities. Can I send multiple follow-up messages? Can I send SMS? Can I have it wait for 2 days, then send SMS? So many, you can think about your requirements in your business, maybe follow up on an invoice. Do they have that capability? Most CRMs, although they claim they do, some they do, it's not truly, it's not there. Zoho is one good example where they claim they have good follow-up systems, but the automation is literally the worst thing I've ever seen in any CRM out there. A bunch of the clients, including Nas Daily, Nas Academy, when we work with them, they used to use Zoho. It was so shit that everyone went back to Google Sheets. The head of ops quit the company because the CRM was shit. So consider the automation capabilities very highly. Keep it as a priority number 1. They have good automation capabilities out there. So the next thing I want to look into is support, which is highly recommended and underrated, because every software you need support. You need to ask them questions. You need to ask them, hey, how do I do this? How do I do that? Unless you have people like me who are managing your stuff, you need good support systems out there. And if a software has a good supporting system, it just makes your life so much easier. I know clients who quit particular software because their support was shit. So it's good to be wary of this thing, right? So the last thing is security. So if you are in a particular industry where security is high, such as, if you're in the healthcare industry, you need HIPAA compliance. If you're in a particular region, you need the GDPR law compliance and all those things. So look into the security aspects of these softwares as well. It's going to be highly beneficial. Now let's get into part 5, which is making the right decision. So now that we have all these things ready, right, I want you to create a simple pros and cons list. In this list, you define things by all the softwares. You have one column for the price, one column for pros, one column for cons. Then you'll start listing every good thing that you learn from the software, every bad thing that you learn from the software. You can take the demos, you can research about this, and you can do all these things. And I'll show you what I've done, right? This is one thing that we did for one of our clients. So we recently, with the head of ops of Nas Daily, we helped setting up the CRMs, and one of the things that we do with all the clients that we have, right, is we always give them the option. We ourselves create a pros and cons list, and all the cons and all the pros are for the features that they need. Like, hey, we tell them that, hey, they have excellent automations, they have this, they have that, and I always choose 2 for him. I tell him, hey, this is what I highly recommend for you, and this is the second best option. He went with the second best option. So I give him a couple of recommendations, but yeah, he went with certain things. I listed the price, I listed the features, and this, visually seeing this, it makes it so much easy. And I rather you spend time making the right decision than making the wrong one because you want to quickly go with the software. Make a pros and cons list, see what is good, and then go from there. And that's how you go by choosing the right CRM. And I want you to start small. One very important underrated tip that no one tells you is start small. You don't have to have all the features in the world out there. I'll tell you why. Every CRM that most businesses use, they outgrow in 6 to 12 months. If you're a good business that is steadily growing, you are gonna outgrow your CRM. You may have to move to a different CRM. This CRM is not going to be the CRM that you'll be using for your life, and that's totally fine. You go with the CRM that you can afford. I would say maybe 10% of what you earn, 20%, maybe I would say 10 to 20%. I would say even less than 10% of what you guys make per month. Put that on the cost of this. Maybe for the first few months, maybe it's a bit more, but reduce the cost. Only go with what you truly need in the initial days, because in 6 to 12 months you are going to move and migrate, and migration is not too hard. So make it small, go with an option you may outgrow in 6 to 12 months, and it's completely fine. That's how it's supposed to be, and you can easily move. Most CRMs allow you to move to a different software quite quickly, so don't worry about that. All right. So now let's go to part 6, where I want to recommend the top 4 CRMs that I truly highly recommend. Yeah. So the first option is what I truly recommend for any business owners that have the money. It's literally the best CRM I've personally used for a long time, because I've been building CRMs for years, automation systems for my business, for my clients, and this is literally the best CRM out there, but it's so expensive. So the first one goes to HubSpot. HubSpot is literally the best in reporting, it's the best in categorizing, it's the best in tracking, it's the best in, I wouldn't say best in automations, but you could say that, because you need to have so many plans for building automations. That's why I'm not going to say it's the best in automations, but it's literally the best in so many things, so many customizations, so many advanced things that you can do with HubSpot that most CRMs don't provide you. But the only con with this is HubSpot is so expensive. They pull you in with their $50 per month plan, which is a starter plan, but the next plan, which is the middle plan, jumps from $50 per month to $600 to $700 per user, which can get quite expensive. So I don't recommend this, but if you have the money, right? If you have the money, go with HubSpot, get their sales and marketing bundle, and that should sort you out for quite a bit of time. But now the second best option, if you don't have all those money, right? You don't have all the money in the world, but you want something that is good, that has all the automation capabilities, that has the proper reporting. So the second most recommended option, I would go to Brevo. So Brevo is a recent CRM tool out there. It used to be called Send-in-Blue. Some of you marketing guys would know what Send-in-Blue is. They converted it into Brevo. ActiveCampaign used to be in this spot, but it's been shit. I'll get to that later. But Brevo is literally the easiest thing to use, has best automation capabilities, really good reporting, clean UI, and so many more capabilities, a really good price. Now the third, this is my favorite CRM tool out there, and this is what I would recommend for 90% of you guys watching this. This is the tool I recommend you guys go, which is GoHighLevel. GoHighLevel is an insanely good CRM software out there. Why do I say it's insanely good? It's an all-in-one software. It has CRM, it has funnels, it has chatbots, it has AI phone agents, it has good automation capabilities, decent reporting. It has so many more capabilities, right? It's not the best in all these categories. It's not the best phone agent. It's not the best reporting software. It's not the best tracking system, but it's good enough. It's good enough, and that's what most businesses need when they first start out. And it's only $197 per month, and with this plan, right, you don't have to, it's unlimited users. You don't have to pay for every user out there. You don't have to pay for every contact out there. And the unlimited users, unlimited contacts, some add-ons do charge money, but it's like $10, $20. It's worth it. So highly recommend GoHighLevel, and I'm going to be attaching a link below. You can get a 30-day free trial of GoHighLevel with that. And on top of that, I'm also be attaching a template that I have for GoHighLevel, which fits most of your requirements. If you get this template, right, which I personally build, which fits most of the service-based businesses that are watching this video. So I'll be also attaching a second link. Now you have to hear this, out. And the second link is going to be a GoHighLevel CRM template. So instead of you taking something from scratch, it's completely new, not knowing what to do, I set up all the agents, all the chatbots, all the CRM, all the tracking, all the reporting for most business owners out there. I set everything up. All you need to do is just take my template, import the template onto CRM, you can start using it from there. And on top of that, I even have detailed video explaining how you can set it up, how you can customize certain things, all that stuff at a really good price. So check that link out and see if you're interested. And yeah, moving on to the next option, which is Pipedrive. Now Pipedrive is something I highly recommend if you're a complete beginner. You're a complete beginner, your grandma wants to use it, you're not too tech savvy. Pipedrive is a stupid simple CRM. It is not the best. They don't have the best reporting. I don't think they have any reporting whatsoever. They don't have the best automation capabilities out there, but the CRM is stupid simple. They have basic automations, basic way to view things. Everything is so simple. If my mom is trying to use a simple CRM that is not too fancy, not too many features that's going to confuse people, I would go with Pipedrive. All right, so it starts somewhere between $40 to $99. It's affordable as well. So that's pretty much it. Last but not the least is ActiveCampaign. ActiveCampaign was up there for me for the last 4 years until recently with a lot of bugs, not the best support, went down in ranking, but it's still something I highly recommend that most people use because it has the best automation capability I've ever seen. It's a decent CRM, it has proper tracking, it has a bunch of features that I truly need, such as showing me past emails by connecting directly to my Gmail. It has a lot of these features, right, that most CRMs, like other CRMs that I've recommended, don't have. But the only thing I don't like about them is the bugs that they recently started having and facing, and they don't have the best reporting capabilities out there. But it's the best automation tool I've ever seen. You can automate so many many things. I've done a bunch of Shopify automations for a bunch of e-commerce using ActiveCampaign. So that's pretty much it. I hope you guys found some insane good value from this video. Now, if you're watching till the end, right, I'm not going to ask you much. The only thing I will ask you is, you see yourself right there, you're watching and enjoying this video. All I ask you to do is just give me a thumbs up. Go down, click on the like button, and come back and watch the video. That's all I ask. Let the algorithm of YouTube know that this guy knows his shit. And if you can comment with any questions you have, more than happy to answer any of your questions. All right. So that's it. Right. Now that you have chosen the right CRM, right, there are a few things I need to consider. That is, every CRM that you bring in, right, it's like a complete blank canvas. So how do you make sure you are set up correctly? So firstly, I'm going to be attaching a masterclass CRM video right here, that I go over everything that you need to do to set up a proper CRM out there from scratch. Now, just to give a quick summary on that video, what we go over is how to set up the proper pipelines. You need to set up your pipelines in stages that is customized to your unique business process. If my business processes they submit a contact us form, then I book a call, then I send them a proposal, then I have negotiations. That is my different stages in my pipeline. So define right stages in the pipeline, have the proper tracking capabilities, have good reporting, and most importantly, have good automations for follow-ups and everything else. So with these things in place, you are good to go with your CRM out there. And yeah, it's been an absolute pleasure talking to you guys. I hope you guys found value in this video. Subscribe for systems, automations, and AI tips for business owners, because that's all we do every single day. If you need assistance in everything I talked about, right, you need someone to help you choose the right CRM, you need someone to set the entire thing up, and you need my team's assistance in doing it, please click the link below, schedule a call, and we will go over exactly what we can do for you. Even if you don't end up buying anything from us, towards the end of the video, you will find insane value in this consultation call that we will be having. So book a call. I will see you on there, and see you in the next video. Talk soon. Take care. Bye-bye.